God, what is this? Star Wars. Ron Howard. Open to direct another film in the franchise? No. No. No! Good thing I've got this Mego Ron Howard voodoo doll. That's all I need to stop this, I'm pretty sure. You're not going to direct another Solo. There's not going to be a sequel to Solo. There's going to be no third Aaron Reich. We've already discussed this, and I'll do what it takes to make sure that it doesn't happen, Ron Howard. Alright, welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You're listening to Ethan Van Sciver, 25-year veteran of the comic book industry, illustrator of Dr. Jordan B. Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, creator of Cyberpunk Blood Honey, the biggest crowdfunded comic book of all time, world's most charming man, great big Star Wars fan. Bad news from comicbook/Star Wars, as they always bring us. They always bring us the worst news over there. Get your Thursday off to a bad start. Star Wars. Ron Howard is open to direct another film in the franchise. You mean nobody's talked him out of it yet? Well, let me take a crack at it, Opie. Don't you dare direct the third Aaron Reich. Don't you dare do it. Now, of course, for those of you who are unaware, who are just jumping on, who have not been following this channel and did not go see SOYLO, and that is quite a few of you, Ron Howard was brought in to rescue a movie, SOYLO, a Soy Wars story, that was being directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. They completed 85% of it. Suddenly, Kathleen Kennedy came out of nowhere, like a bat out of hell, and said, "No, this isn't quite what I wanted." She sent it back, like she was sitting in a restaurant. She sent the movie back to the kitchen with the waiter. Fired those two guys right out of Disney, right out of Lucasfilm, and brought in Ron Howard to fix their mess. That was what she did. The Force is female. God bless. Now, Ron Howard came in, fixed the movie, I guess, and of course it is the first Star Wars film to ever lose money. It lost $80 million. It's currently sitting at $392.9 million, a humiliating total, when the only comparable Star Wars film to it is Rogue One. Rogue One actually made over $1 billion. And I think this is the first Star Wars film to ever make under $1 billion by over half. It is a sad tragedy. And now we have Ron Howard mocking the world. Ron Howard making fun of everyone and saying, "Yeah, I'll do it again." No, you won't do it again, Ron. We will make sure that you cannot do this again. I'll argue about it. I don't know what I can really do. My trebuchets aren't built yet. Alright, after inheriting the directing duties of a movie mid-production, not mid-production, what is 85% of 100? It is not mid is 50% finished. This was mostly completed, actually, and overseeing one of the lowest grossing films in the franchise. Ron Howard's experience in the Star Wars galaxy might seem like a mixed bag. No, it's a full bag of cat crap, an entirely full bag, and I'm talking about one of those 35-gallon hefty, those hefty bags are pretty good with the pull strings, full of cat crap. That should be his experience in the Star Wars galaxy. But despite the poor box office of Solo, a Star Wars story, SOYLO, a Soy Wars story, and the film's intense production, and he said it was insane coming in there. He said it was insane. He had to come in there and kick all kinds of rear end in order to make that movie from whatever it was going to be into something that we now know as a mediocre entry into the world's greatest sci-fi fantasy genre franchise. He thought it was nuts. Now listen, Alden Ehrenreich, who played SOYLO in that movie, actually did come out in, I think it was Variety magazine. He was being interviewed and he said, "I've signed a contract. They have made me sign a contract that, obligates me to do 2 more of these movies. There is going to be a second Aaron Reich, and there is going to be a third Aaron Reich." And I said, no. On this channel, I said, we will stop the third Aaron Reich. Now, I thought we'd successfully done so, and then this happens. Ron Howard actually responded to that interview by saying, well, you got to wait and see how the audience reacts. I mean, frankly, maybe there'll be 100 more Aaron Reichs. But for now, I think we just got to wait and see. That was the correct attitude to take. Now, I don't know what has prompted this 180. Do not make the second Aaron Reich. Do not make a sequel to Solo. Do not. Howard is not opposed. He's not opposed to returning to Lucasfilm for another project. The director spoke with Metro about making another Star Wars movie, prompting an open-ended response. I had a great experience with it. It would depend entirely on the story, Howard said. All right, let's come up with a story for Ron Howard. Let's see. Something about pansexual Lando Calrissian having sex with his droids, and then Alden Ehrenreich getting his ass kicked by every female in the movie. How's that sound? Yeah, all right, let's go. Let's go to production. For now, the Star Wars franchise has become a family fair. That's called family affair, garbage tier, not fair. Family fair would be a gigantic circus that only your mom and dad were allowed in. People are nuts. Actress Bryce Dallas Howard, the beautiful actress, I don't know if she's beautiful. Is she? This better not be porn. Let me just check real quick. Oh, it is porn. Do we get a picture of Bryce Dallas Howard? Is that her? If so, she's lovely. She's got red hair just like her dad. All right, so I can definitely say the beautiful. Can we go back, please? The beautiful Bryce Dallas Howard is stepping behind the camera to direct an episode of Jon Favreau's upcoming series, The Whammondalorian, following in her father's footsteps. Howard spoke about his daughter's experience in the Star Wars galaxy. Excited that he gets to experience his daughter's experience vicariously. My daughter Bryce is thrilled. She's been announced to be directing one of the new episodes of the series headed by Jon Favreau, Howard said. She's having a great experience, so I'm kind of living through it again through her. It's just a creative, inspired group of movie lovers who make these projects. SOYLO, a Soy Wars story, did not meet the lofty expectations of Lucasfilm and Disney executives. No, they just wanted it to break even, perhaps. That was too much to ask for. That was far too much to ask for. They couldn't get it to break even. And the budget for the project ballooned under Chris Miller and Phil Lord, or after them, after they were fired. After 2 months of filming, Howard came in. He did, and he handled 2 more months of production shortly thereafter. God only knows what he had to spend. Now, they talk about how Phil Lord and Chris Miller actually spent $250 million, I believe, on the 85% of the film that they did. And then they actually let it leak somewhere one time that Ron Howard needed another $300 million to finish it. Now, if so, this figure that they're throwing at us about losing $80 million is untrue. That's putting it kindly. That is untrue. It has lost hundreds of millions of dollars. But I don't want to bust their agates about this. That's not necessary. Let's just understand that it was a catastrophe. And we can say catastrophe gently. We can say it like this. We can say it kindly. It was a catastrophe. Like that, if they want to. Or we could say it was a catastrophe. Either way. It was a catastrophe. So we don't even need to know how much money they actually lost. They're admitting to $80 million, and that's fine. That's bad enough. That would be enough to put a third world nation out of business entirely. They could have theoretically just bought $500 million worth of scratch-off lotto tickets and had a better result. All right. The movie only made $392.9 million worldwide, prompting Howard to respond to the disappointing box office on social media. Didn't meet projections, but amounts to a new personal best. Check SOYLO, a Soy Wars story, for balanced feedback, and then C is for on a big screen, Howard wrote on Twitter. There was a perception that Lucasfilm was scrapping their plans for sequels after SOYLO's performance, but Howard disputed that notion while speaking with TMC. Everyone at Lucasfilm and Disney really cares about the fans. Is that so, John Boyega? I think it's an ongoing process of discovering that it can be, or what it can be, and what it can all add up to. It can add up to $392.9 million, at least $80 million behind the production budget. So it's a process, and I like the fact, personally, that they take some chances, take some risks, and see how people respond to it. They did. They took a chance. They spent many hundreds of millions of dollars, lost all their money, and everyone hated it. So, fun. It's fun. SOYLO, a Soy Wars story, is now available on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital HD. Nobody's buying it. There's no word yet when the Whammondalorian will premiere on Disney's new streaming service. It will probably next year sometime. Probably next year. Good stuff, good stuff. Now, please, Ron Howard, I beg of you, reconsider. Reconsider. Don't do this. I want to discourage you. Let me discourage you from doing this. Nobody liked the movie. Nobody wants another one. The toys aren't really selling. It's better. It was the kind of movie that people would just kind of like to forget about. They saw it. A few people saw it. You know, everyone has moved on at this point. Everyone has moved on from that trauma. I encourage you to do the same. You know, find a new project. Hey, want to follow me on Twitter? Okay, cool. I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. Talk to you there. Show your friends you support independent comics while showing the world who you back in the fight against the swarm with the brand new Cyberfrog t-shirt from Crypto Fashion and Comic Artist Pro Secret. Sizes come in small to 5XL, and take your choice of colors between navy blue, white, and black. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and order the Fandom Menace, Go Get Daddy's Belt, Tico, and SOYLO t-shirts as well. Link is below in the description. You're going to look great. People love these shirts. They fit wonderfully. Thank you very much. Join the Fandom Menace and execute your own Order 66 with our incredible line of t-shirts, SOYLO, a Soy Wars story, Tico, a Soy Wars story, and our brand new smoking hot Soy Wars Plan 9. Make a statement today. This is the only trilogy you'll ever need. The link is below in the description. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the Laughing Man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.